Welcome everybody. Today we're going to talk about Google Drive. This is going to be one of probably a few different videos because Google Drive, there's just so much you can do with it. This again is for extreme beginner, someone who doesn't know what Google Drive is, someone who's never really got into it, just the kind of the overview of it. Like I always like to say, first and foremost, there's more than one way to do something, so if you do know Google Drive or know a different way, feel free to use it. Also, if the screen looks different from the way the video looks, it could be that there's an update or something that Google did itself. The general idea is still there. So what I would recommend people to do when they're new to it, because I like to use these Google apps as companion apps. So let's just say we signed into our Gmail account. This is just our regular email. So we just go in and sign in. And then if you go to the upper right hand corner, anytime you see dots, that typically means more. So I would click on the dots, and if you notice, you're going to see the one for Drive. So you're going to click on that. Once you click on that, we're going to jump over to here. This is actually what Google Drive is. So let's just do a quick overview. So when you look here, you see this is what I've worked on. So that's quick access. So that shows you what's the last things you've worked on. So that's the first thing you'll notice. Then down here is where you'll put your folders. So this one is where I actually have stuff that I work on, but just to keep it neat and clean, I kind of threw it all in that. And the second one is just one I created for today. And to create folders or documents or anything, you would go up to New. And when you click New, you see how it says create a folder. You could upload a file. You could upload a folder. And then they have different applications here. I mentioned this in another video. Google Docs is kind of like the Word of Google. Google Sheets is like, think about that like Excel. Google Slides like PowerPoint, and so on and so forth. It's really cool because if you use a Google product, it does not count towards your space quota. If you look down here, you'll notice that you see storage. It says 0 bytes of 17. For this particular account, I've only created information on Google, so it does not count towards my 15 gigabytes of Google storage. Now mine says 17. That's because occasionally they would have a promotion that I would do and you would get a gigabyte or so free. So that's why mine says 17. However, you get 15 gigabytes of free storage. Now that is across all Google platforms, meaning your email, Google Drive, anything that you upload to would count towards your storage. So if you had a document on your computer that was actually done in Word and you uploaded it to Google Drive, that would count towards the storage limit. 15 gigabytes is a pretty darn good amount of storage. So if you're just uploading files, then you can put a lot of files on there. Some of my other accounts, I have books, I have files, I have manuals, I have you name it, I've uploaded it. Now, things don't always go towards the storage, and this is important. Like if you use Google Photos, which we'll do a tutorial on, when they upload it, they convert it to a Google format if you set it up that way, and it will not go towards your storage. There is a way to upload them as whole pictures, and that would go towards your storage, but that's a little too complex. So the neat thing about Google Drive is think of it like an online storage cabinet or online file cabinet per se. So you can create a drawer. So for the example, and you could put there's nothing in it, but you could drag files from like your computer over here, and you could drag specific files from your computer, which pick a file, and let's say you want to put in Google Drive. Here's a manual of something, I don't even know, and you just drag it over and you would watch it upload, and in quick couple of seconds it would be on Google Drive. Now once it's on Google Drive, you can access that file from your phone, from a tablet, from another person's computer, from anything, and you would have access to that anywhere instantaneously. The other neat thing is you can click on it You can do this multiple ways. If you see this symbol that looks like a person with a plus, you can click that symbol. You can type in somebody's email address and you can share it to them. So I could type in me and I could click that, and then I would have the ability to share that particular file with me. And then you can also change the preferences so somebody couldn't edit it or they could edit it or whatnot. Now let's say you want to delete that file, you just hit delete and it's gone. Now, the trash does count towards your storage, so occasionally you need to empty the garbage. So I deleted the file, but see how it says 2 megabytes of 17 used before it said 0. So if we go over to the trash and I click here and I click here and I hit delete, it says delete forever. I'll delete it, and then eventually this thing will reset. If I delete the right one, would reset, and I would have 0 again. The other neat thing is it says shared with me. So if somebody shares a file with me, like these things have been shared with me over time to this particular account, then I would have access to those to be able to put into my Google Drive. This is recent. This shows things that are recent that you've worked on, recent projects. And then you would also have starred. So there's a lot you can do with Google Drive. So Google Drive is a very, very useful tool, and that's just a really quick overview of some of the things that you can do with Google Drive or can use Google Drive, and we will do tutorials on each thing so that you see how they work individual. Thank you very much. Have a good day.